today I've been watching a lot of videos, also yesterday, so I got a whole bunch of things to tell you about. And the first thing is like about nature, so it's not political. I get sick of politics just as much as you do. And check out the natural world, the wilderness that's covering the planet. 90% of the surface area of our Earth has not really been explored and inhabited. We're really covering the area with all this metropolis, with the asphalt jungle, concrete jungles. But you think about all the wilderness that's out there, and they say that we haven't explored but a tiny fraction of the amount of species that are out there. So there's something like several million more species that need to be studied and cataloged. So granted, a lot of these are subspecies. You know, we already know the genres or the genus, the certain basic types of animals that there might be, the mammals, arachnids, mollusks, so on and so forth. But the very specific types for each microclimate, isolated region, even in the caves and especially in the deepest part of the oceans, which cover a huge amount of the surface. So this is lots and lots of cubic volume that need to be explored. This report was put out by a scientist who estimated that it would take another 2,000 years to catalog everything. Now, I don't know if he calculated that based on the rate that we've been going, or whether he thinks that at an increased pace, because he gave a budget. He said something like, I think it was 65 or 100 million. But anyhow, if you put in a budget to study this scientifically, to catalog it and name everything, and to cross-reference all the creatures everywhere across the planet, it would take so many amount of people doing it. So I thought this was really fascinating, because I didn't realize that there were so many animals that are not known about. So I already mentioned about the marine species that are so vast, and especially in the deeper layers of the ocean, where there's the middle section and then the lowest section where there's hardly any sunlight. But they also mentioned in the land areas that Brazil and Mexico and Indonesia, and I think there was one other place where they said there's so much variety, the biodiversity is existing without humans really knowing about it. There might be like a purple polka dotted salamander, like about yay big, that's just only in a certain river valley somewhere, and we've never seen it, and no one's really bothered to list it out and study it. I mean, it's true that there might be tribal people that have seen it, but there's no constant observation of it. There's no photography or video of it. There's no naming of it. It might be in a tribal language that it's a salamander, but not a specific type. So for the modern world to have this, it's going to take a lot of effort, and we need to do it, obviously, before we, instead of destroying all this habitat. Because once it's gone, we really don't have any way to bring it back. Alright, on other news, I'm just going to go through it really quick, stuff that interested me. The stock market is supposedly set to crash again. We're at a triple top, which, as they study, it peaks to its highest and it'll stay there for a little while and then come down. So the last time it came down was the crash around 2008 to 2009, and that was coinciding, connected with the real estate bubble bursting. And it's come back. Now we've had all these QE, the quantitative easing, but supposedly that's about to give out. It's just the estimate by the report that I just read is anywhere from 6 months to a month, depending on if there's any substantial occurrences. I think in the article they call it accidents. So, things that might happen in wars, or, the currency war that's heating up. So that's not too bright for people that are dependent on money. For people that don't really have any money to begin with, it really doesn't matter. We're just going to live like we've always lived, and in fact, we might have an advantage at that point, because the people who had money are going to have to come to us to find out how they can live. And we're going to see if we're willing to incorporate these people back into the real world. So you know what I'm talking about. I know just for myself, I've got a whole situation that I'm setting up that can absorb a lot of people if they're willing to live on the land. So what I've done is on Peter-Appleseed, I don't know if a lot of you have seen the channel. It's all about my nature stuff and food and nutrition, and sometimes like exploring and stuff. I'll put it on here, but also Peter-Appleseed. So on there, I'm giving you this series about chickens and permaculture type of stuff that I've been doing lately. And the chickens are getting settled into this home that I've made for them, and I've got almost 24 chickens now. So in about a week or two, they should be getting up to like giving almost a dozen eggs per day. So my family and people connected with me and the community here are going to be using those. We're not vegan. I think we go through different periods of being vegan, but I think as a general rule, we do use eggs a lot, and just different egg dishes. We use the eggs in like baking, and just for other types of cooking experiences, I want to call it. So other articles that I've read that I saw as really important. There's various different crimes that are going on after this Christopher Dorner manhunt and execution, mob-style execution, but nothing that's really gripping the mainstream media with enough intensity. There's mild things of controversy. I want to say it like the British do. Controversy. I think I messed that up, but anyhow, things that cause debate, they're kind of just minor. I think the economic thing is the biggest. But what you have here, I don't want to talk about politics. We'll just touch on it. The new Secretary of State, Kerry, who was remember formerly a presidential candidate, has changed the schedule or now not going to Israel. I'm not sure. There's a little bit of uncertainty on that. And Obama is set to do that, and the Israelis are really they created a whole logo for it with the two national flags together, and I think they're trying to pump up the resistance to Palestinian statehood. So we'll have to see what they're going to do in Obama's second administration. And of course, the biggest story is about the Pope, and it's prophetic. That I would suggest to you very, very strongly, very highly, that is indeed what's going on. So when the church changes, a whole lot of other things are going to change in the world, and it's connected with so many things. The Pope and the Vatican, the Holy See, is supposed to be one thing, but it's not that. It's something else altogether. And as it's going to be exposed now, it's really going to bring down the whole system, because it's just that sensitive and interconnected. I want to say a tangled web of intrigue and crime and conspiracy to drag down humanity for their own benefits. People in power that are so completely corrupt and lying and duplicitous and deceitful and just outright evil. That's the main story. I want to talk about I'm going to do a reincarnation series, but all these things are contingent on the fact that I get more views. I just put out a video and I did online edit, and then it's been out there for like half a day, and it's gotten like a handful of views. So I don't understand this, how I'm going to have to get through the suppression. That video is critical of Google, and maybe I should just put out my Google criticisms on Vimeo. Maybe we're gonna have to do that. Because I'm gonna say something. I have accounts like on all these other sites that I haven't been using, and I do want to say that one of my longtime friends on here, YouTuber and fellow YouTubian, he was involved even at the beginning of YouTubia's creation. And his name is Pappy Stew channel. Pappy or Stew, and he also had another channel, Stew Keck, which I think he closed a few years ago. Well, I just caught his video, and he was bowing out 2 days ago, so he says he's just going to post videos on Vimeo. I really should do a part 2 to my critical critique of Google. I'll put it on Vimeo. That's what I really should do, because I think they're going to block me from saying really what I need to say. What else is going on? Mexican drug cartels. Chavez has had some medical problems, and I think that everybody has been aware of that. But he got released from the hospital. It's cancer treatment. I hope that he's not getting the worst kind of treatment possible that they usually do out there. I hope that he's a little bit more wise. But what's going on is that he can't talk. He got like a tracheotomy or something. So he has gone into the care of his family and just very close officers, heads of state there. And what's going on is that they devalued the Venezuelan bolivar. So this is very interesting because it just went down about 2 notches. It used to be good for $1 for 4 bolivar, around that, approximately. So this was pegged to the dollar, as some certain currencies do. So that was Chavez's policy. That was his strategy. And now they've had to ratchet down this devaluation to where you're getting 6 bolivar to $1. So, okay, all this is connected to this economic stuff that's going on. You got to watch it. If you're into gold as a hedge, or if you're doing silver, or if you're just getting your resources together, like ammo, like seeds, like gardens, animals, livestock, get yourself in a good place of land. that's my report for today. There's so much more going on, but that's all I have the time for. Leave me a comment, share this. I'm looking for new subscribers. I'm gonna start begging and crying and pleading and getting on my knees. I've got to appeal to the people. This is not just Google suppressing me. This is the fact that people are not ready to handle this type of thing. But I need you to, even if you don't have to watch the whole video. I'm just going to do an appeal video too. I have to make an appeal because I see some of the stuff that's going out there, some of the stuff that's getting pushed on the YouTube main pages, and it ain't worth a damn. It's not worth watching. I mean, some of the teenagers now have to watch this stuff because they can't find anything else. I got to do a whole series of educational stuff for this demographic because it's just sad that they don't have anything else in this day and age. I mean, this isn't TV, right? This ain't TV land. This ain't the radio of yesterday. This is the 21st century, they want to call it. I mean, do I look like Anderson Cooper to you? Is that what this is about? No, I don't think so.